I told my wife her family problems weren't my problems, and it made her lose her mind. I was sitting on the edge of our bed, crying my absolute eyes out because I just got a call telling me that my mother had passed away in her sleep. My wife Sonnet walked through the door, saw me crying, and instead of comforting me, she said, "The kitchen sink is clogged again." I looked up at her, trying to process what I'd just heard. "Sonnet, I just found out my mom died." She stood there in the doorway, arms crossed, and I'll never forget what came out of her mouth next. "Okay, but that's not my problem. My problem right now is the kitchen sink, and I want it fixed." The words hung in the air between us like poison. 23 years, a whole life built together, and she was standing there telling me my mother's death wasn't her problem because the damn sink was clogged. I sat there staring at her, waiting for her to realize what she'd just said. Maybe take it back, show some sign she was human. "Are you serious right now?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper, and still rough from all the crying. "Do you even love me?" She actually rolled her eyes. "Oh, grow up, Dave. Your family problems aren't my problems. The sink needs to be fixed, and I have friends coming over in an hour. My family problems aren't her problems?" That's what she had to say in response to my mom dying. I stood up, walked past her to the kitchen, and fixed the sink. It took me 10 minutes. Then I sat alone in our bedroom to plan my mother's funeral and realized the woman I'd married was a stranger. That night, I made a decision. If that's how she wanted our marriage to work, then that's exactly what she'd get. 3 weeks after Mom's funeral, I was in the garage working on my car when Sonnet burst through the door. She was on the phone with her brother, yelling about some emergency. "Hold on, I'm getting the money right now." She hung up and marched over to me. "My brother needs $2,000 by tomorrow or he's getting evicted. I need you to transfer it from our savings right now while I'm watching so I know it's done." She stood there with her phone out, waiting. I just kept working on the engine. "Dave, I'm not playing around. Transfer the money." I straightened up slowly, grabbed a rag, and while wiping the grease off my hands, I looked her in the eye and said, "Your family problems aren't my problems." She paused, processed what I just said, and then started screaming. "Are you seriously being this petty? My brother is about to be homeless and you're what, trying to make some point?" She shoved her phone in my face. "Just do it now." I pushed her phone away gently. "No, I won't. Your brother, your problem." Her face went from annoyed to furious in seconds. "This is our money. I work too. Transfer it right now or I swear to God, Dave. Or what? You'll ignore me like you did when my mother died?" "Oh wait, that already happened." She actually raised her hand like she was going to slap me, then stopped herself. She stood there for another 10 seconds, then said through gritted teeth, "You're going to regret this," before storming out. An hour later, I heard her on the phone taking the early withdrawal penalty on her 401k to help her brother. She never understood why I hadn't helped, and so the same situation happened again 2 months later. I was reading the paper at breakfast when she walked in and slapped a medical bill on top of my newspaper. "My dad needs surgery, $8,000. I'm taking it from the emergency fund, and I'm not asking." She already had her laptop open, logging into our bank account. I reached over and closed the laptop. "No, you're not." She opened it again immediately. "Watch me." I closed it again, keeping my hand on top. This time she yanked the laptop away and threw it across the room. It hit the wall and the screen cracked. "My dad can't walk without this surgery. I already destroyed my retirement for my brother because of your little power trip. You are helping this time. Interesting how it's our money when you need it, but my problem when I needed you." She screamed even louder. "Your mom was already dead. There was nothing to do. My dad needs actual help, and I needed my wife to comfort me. Guess we don't all get what we need." She leaned across the table, her face inches from mine. "If you don't help with this, we're done. I mean it. Your ultimatums aren't my problem either." She stormed off in anger, but I guess she must have called her dad and told him the truth, because she returned 20 minutes later with a red face and puffy eyes. "My dad said I'm in the wrong," she admitted, which surprised me. "I've been horrible. I shouldn't have said those things about your mother. God, I actually told you it wasn't my problem." She started crying harder. "When you said those same words back to me, about my brother, about my dad, I finally got it. I'm sorry. Your family problems are my problems. That's what marriage means."